So just humour me here. I was in the bathroom thinking about um, how people have created the technology to be able to watch the TV and have subtitles at the bottom. Um, that sounds like a small thing that we take for granted, but it means that no matter what anybody says, we'll be able to understand it by reading the text. And then I was thinking yesterday how you we've planted cucumbers, and from one seed it grows and it creates an abundance of food, and and then within those cucumbers are more seeds to plant more and to make a whole farm of food potentially. And I was just thinking about the creation of the universe. Now, if there was a God, which based on these sorts of tiny things, I think there is. Um, I believe that God, the Creator, sounds it sounds really religious. I don't know. You don't have to even listen to me, but and it shouldn't be shameful to say that either. So I believe that the earth was created, but I don't believe that God has a say in everything. That's the whole point. It's like, I think that we weren't here by accident, because if we were, we would have just been dead a long time ago because of the climate and everything. It has to be a perfect way. Even the Earth's distance to the sun, it has to be the right temperature to warm us up and warm up the sea and everything like that, and make everything bearable, but not close enough to scorch us alive. Um, so I believe that is planned. So what I'm trying to say is that God created the potential in everything to have infinite possibilities that seem possible. Now, I've never spoke about this piece of artwork that I've done. It kind of relates, but it's in the background, so I'm going to talk about it. Whoa. Okay. Um, so basically, it's the belief that everybody is created and they are in their own categories of light, their own energy, I suppose you could say. So there's good people like white and yellow, and there's bad people like really red and black. And there's sort of in between people that are sort of ambivalent and don't really care which way anything goes. And these people are like really super egotistic and everything like that. And then I suppose in the middle is like God, like heaven that's been created. And what it's trying to say is that I don't believe people just go like to heaven or hell, or where people come from, I don't know. But I just think that we came from the cosmos, and one day we will return to the cosmos in our own forms and where we belong. I don't think there's any right or wrong or any philosophical real explanation for it. That's just an interpretation of why people are the way they are, and how it's not God's fault, how it's your fault, how it's people's fault, how we created sin. Okay, we didn't create cancer. God created cancer. God created everything to have mutation and evolve, and I guess it's wrong. And that's a really tricky one. And I guess God is what I'm saying is created the potential for any possibility. But I don't believe he controls it. I don't believe he has control. There's the whole main point of free will. No, there's the whole main point that we have to love, um, you know, do things out of love, I think, I don't think that hate caused cancer. But I just believe that humans had some form of say. We created pollution and cigarettes. But then God created tobacco and fuel and things like that. So everything has the intricacy of potential for bad or good, which then does relate back to that. Because everything belongs in the same canvas, but there's bad and there's good in everything. So it sounds like it's not very deep, and it doesn't sound very well explained, and it probably sounds really presumptuous and really pretentious, but that's what I was thinking, how it's impossible to have a cucumber with seeds within a cucumber, how women are born with, I've forgotten how much it is, 500,000 eggs already in her womb, ready to be released or to create children. Wow, I've banged on a bit. But yeah, there's potential. And I'm not going to go into that because that's silly. But there's potential for good or bad. And some of it's nature and some of it's nurture. Some of it is down to our choices. And some of it is just by pure accident. So maybe a lot of this is accidental. Maybe it can be explained away by science. But I still have the faith that we have free will, people can think, and people have potential to create. And that's also really magical. Just a thought.